Okay, we're on. Tonight it is all about algorithms and data structure, but it's actually not, I don't know how to put it. It's not like, I know, Becky. I am not just making this stuff up, it is homework. And what we are doing is the Scotch.io. It's Scotch.io homework. So this is what we're doing. And I am honestly not entirely sure. I mean, so when I solve problems, I'm a one-trick pony, you know, like I solve everything the same way. I use the same few little things. I understand that there are other ways to do it, but I pretty much just sit on the same five or six little methods. But it's abundantly clear that that's not going to work for this. So my understanding is what they want us to do is they want us to, They want us to use for loops, recursion method, and then use reduce. Okay, so reduce I understand and I can use. Definitely not for this specific application, but I mean, I understand the concept of it. The for loop, I get that. Chaining, built-in methods, I already did that. Oops, where is it? I already did that here. But recursion, no. So I've done that. I did my chaining right there and I ran a test. We're using Jest and it appears okay. There was one test suite with 4 tests and it passed all of them. So this specific, and I was pretty sure it would, only because I've done this before a few times, and yeah, I've done this before a few times, and essentially that's it. So that's what we're doing. I don't have that much to say about it. I'm really feeling proud of myself for streaming at all today because I did not feel well today and I am just powering through this. I forgot to tell Leon's little code camp that I'm doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and, okay. Here we go. Ooh, earthquake. Yeah, I don't know. I have to write this real quick. I grew up in Alaska, and we had regular earthquake. They were like, what, earthquake? What do you call it? Drills. We had regular earthquake drills the way they have tornado drills in the south. Then I moved to San Francisco. Oops. And more earthquakes. It's a little scary. I'm streaming. Okay, Twitch, TV, oops, wrong way. Old coder. Okay. There. Okay. And then I'm going to tell these folks. Hey, I'm streaming. You know what? I tell them. I told him I'm giving it a break today because I'm just doing algorithms, and I don't think too many people are going to be excited about that. Because it's our homework, and oh, Becky, goodness. Okay, we're gonna probably have to have a noisy dog. Yep, hold on. Noisy dog, big mute. Hey guys, I had to mute because my dog is being super noisy. I don't know what's going on other than she's just been cooped up in the house all day and it's like 80 degrees in here. Tammy, oh, actually she's quiet right now. Hold on. Hey Marble Wraith. Hey Outer Space. You guys, okay, so here's the thing. My dog's in a bad mood, so I might have a really, really quiet stream. I'm actually doing the algorithm stuff now because I felt so icky earlier, and I'm finally feeling a little bit better, and I just have to get this done. So, you know, feel free to help out, but because I know most of you have already done this, I think. But yeah, so my dog is having problems because my air conditioning isn't working, and she's really hot and cranky, and it's like even hotter outside. So Tammy, I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about you as the air conditioning was like chugging and trying to work at 80 degrees in my house. I was like, what would Tammy do? What would Tammy do? It begs the question, right? I wonder, what would Tammy do? Yeah, Tammy would be very unhappy. But I'm actually okay. It's just my dog is not okay, so that's why I'm just giving you ice packs. Oh, yeah. No, I'm fine with 80 degrees. I don't know. I'm fine with 80 degrees, but yeah, it's actually like the lack of airflow that's bothering me. So as soon as it gets down to 80 degrees outside, I'm gonna go open up the back door and turn on the fans. Because right now I'm just like circulating air that smells like veggie burgers, and yeah, so we're not doing that. So did you guys finish all of the 80 degrees? Yeah, see, I don't think 80 degrees is that bad, except it's not good for my house because I'm in the south and there's a really high humidity level, and what we're looking at is possibly having some mold issues if I don't get the air conditioning people out. So yeah, I've had apartments. I've been in apartments where there was a mold issue, and it's not good. You don't want that. So anyway, tomorrow, yeah, mold is not so good at all. But yeah, so tomorrow I am going to start making some phone calls, see if I can get the AC people out. and crossing fingers, it's gonna be a balmy like 76 to 78. 68? Oh my gosh. Okay, Tammy in the, okay. In the, okay, I need to, I need to like make the screen like a little bit bigger. Just, okay. So, Tammy, we could not live together, you and I. We would be like the worst roommates ever, because 68 degrees here in the winter is when I have like a sweater and a jacket and a pair of pants and 2 pairs of socks and gloves, and I'm sitting at my computer with those gloves that have the fingertips cut out, but the other part is still on. So that is how I exist in 68 degrees. And I would be wearing a hat probably too. So we could not be roommates. I'm so sorry, because I like you so much, but we could never ever be roommates. Never ever 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 ever. But I'm glad that we all know where we are in terms of like body temperature. Tammy, I'm not kidding. That's why when you were with your sister, when you said that you were with your sister and that it was so hot that you couldn't sleep and you were getting cranky. Yeah, I was thinking, ooh, I shouldn't say anything, because then Tammy's not gonna like me. Because I like it when it's like 80 degrees in the house. And I don't like dry heat. I like really, really humid. Like right now, my skin's a little bit sticky because it's so humid. But yeah, so that's the way it is. Hey, Marble Wraith, Australia. I have heard stuff about Australia. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about Australia. I've seen some really neat pictures. I've also seen pictures of like gigantic spiders and all sorts of varmints and things that I'm very uncomfortable with. Yeah, it's great for summer. Yeah, if you're inside with air conditioning, like, I don't think so. I think I might go there. What's it like in the winter though? I've never even considered what it would be like in the winter. I have never considered. Never ever considered it. Depends on where you are. It snows? I didn't know it snowed. I didn't know it would snow. I had no idea. That's kind of interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, hey, you guys. Okay, so unrelated to the snowy mountains of Australia, and my 80-degree house with no air conditioning that my poor dog is dying in. Like, she's literally trying to find any spot on the floor she hasn't already been on to try to find a cool spot. Tammy, I think you understand. I think you understand. It's like trying to find that little cool spot in the sheets when you're sleeping and there's like no cool spot. That's my dog. Yeah, so for the algorithms, did everybody finish all the algorithms? Because I ran my first test. I apologize if you were here earlier when I started, but I did run the first test on my one little string, my one little chain string. Well, a chain to reverse string, rather. You could be roommates with my dog. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't, because my dog, I believe shortly will be going on Prozac. So, yeah, so my dog shortly is going to be on Prozac, I believe, after she comes back from the doggy motel, where she's gonna get her teeth cleaned and they're gonna board her. So yeah, that's the way it is for Becky dog. She's gonna have to go on some medication. One of us is gonna have to go on medication. Either Becky goes on medication or I go on medication, and I've already tried all those meds and they're no good for me. So it's Becky's time. It's Becky's time for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna try the loop option. The problem is, like, I have one trick up my sleeve, and that's a for loop, and I don't even know. I mean, I'm assuming that map would be like a chaining thing, so I can't do that. So I guess I'm gonna do like a for loop. I don't know any other way. There are 5. Oh, there are 5 things I have to do. Let me take another look at that. This is gonna take forever. So, Tammy, how many of the string methods are there, may I ask? Oh my gosh. So there's like, what? I would never, I don't even know how you would do that. I do not know. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to just copy these and Anki them because I do not recognize any of this. Like that I do. And then that, I already did that, but like the for loop way? Did you do them like this too? There were 7 ways. Okay, this is called, we're opening up Anki right now because you don't know what you don't know until you have to do the Scotch.io. Wow, okay. Okay, you only knew a 4? Well, that's 3 more than me. 3 more. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be sad because this whole thing is gonna be me copying these methods and you got lost on the substring one? Oh my gosh, how many are there? Function reverse string text. If text is equal to some string, you're going to return the string. So basically that's just testing to make sure it's a string, or an empty string. Okay, else return. Oh, this is the recursion? Is this the recursive? Yeah, okay. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, hey, Emma B. Substring is also deprecated, so use substring. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And then okay, it returns a part of string between the start and the end indexes or to the end of the string. Okay, wait a minute. So, okay, so you smart folks in the chat there, can someone explain to me what the difference is between substr, S-U-B-S-T-R method and substring method? Because yeah, I'm looking at that recursive method that is just not making me happy. But so what is the difference? I mean, I could look it up, but okay. So according to NDN, you can use da 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 da. Is it the same thing, you guys? Well, so why would you just substitute one? I mean, all they did was write out the word. That does not make sense to me. I don't know why they would do that. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and add. Okay, that was not finished. I'll finish that later. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you deprecate something like that if yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm running out of space here. Yeah, this is not so good. I need to. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, needs. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, okay, so are you guys? Is anybody else actually doing anything like with the homework stuff? Or are you guys all working on your 100 hours projects? I kid you not, I was not feeling great today, so I lost like 8 hours that I could have been coding, or I could have been working on my 100 hours project. That's not what I want. Okay, so I'm gonna just like, that's thinking Anki. I'll open it up over here. Oh no, now Anki wants to update. No, Anki. Okay. Yeah, so aside from my 80-degree house and my poor little dog moving from one spot to another, I really haven't done that much. I miss Jesse's talk, which is making me really, really super sad, because I really wanted to see her talk. Because we have a friend, if you're not in our 100 Devs cohort, we have a friend who was a member of the cohort, and she probably still is, right? But she's kind of moved into a different direction. Instead of going full stack web development, software engineering, she's actually gotten into like software architecture and UI, UX, and she's tying that in with chess. And so she did a talk today on that with what was it, Chicago? I can't remember what it was called. I'd have to look it up. But she did a talk today, and a bunch of us were trying to watch, and we were all having problems, and so we missed it. I think Bridget was the only person who got to see her. So yeah, I was sad about that. But yeah, a rough day, you know. Marble Wraith is designing a planner UI because Google Calendar sucks and you can do it better. Does that count? Yeah, that counts. That counts a lot. And actually, you know, right before I started feeling really cruddy, I came up with a couple of fun ideas to do for apps, for you know, how we're supposed to come up with the 15 apps or 14 apps or 10 apps. I don't even know. Okay, Emma, today you've been feeling under the weather. Oh no. Ooh. Okay, yeah, Tammy, thank you. Like in my brain, I catastrophized it to something like, you know, in my brain he wants like 15 apps from us and I'll get like 3 done. But yeah, so 10 sounds a lot better. I still don't know if it's doable, considering I've only got 3 ideas that are even remotely tied into different jobs that I've looked at. So I don't know. Is it possible to code a girlfriend? You know what? If you do some reading, they have some different robots. I mean, if you've seen Austin Powers, this might be a little bit before everyone's time, but Austin Powers had like these fembots, and they're not actually that different from that. So you actually can code yourself a girlfriend. You actually can, I think, and I'm thinking I need to code myself a boyfriend. This is sounding exactly the way it should be. So yeah, you do need to learn how to code, because that is how one gets themselves the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend. And after you learn how to do that, you just go ahead and patent that and sell that, and everybody will, there will not be any singles left. Everybody will be happy. I think that sounds good. You're thinking the machine gun jumblies might, well, you just never know. You just never know until you try, do you? It's worth a shot. Oops, why does that keep... Okay, here we go. So the text, we're gonna do the cheating way. We're doing it the cheating way, guys, which is really bad, but because I really seriously have no idea where to start with this. Where is that? Okay, yeah, this is it. A gentle guide. A gentle guide. And I'm gonna be not like myself. I'm gonna actually close all of that out. I'm closing it out, guys. You know what? I can't believe it's actually Saturday. I cannot believe it's Saturday. what happened. I was gonna mow my lawn, I was gonna do all this stuff, and then I ended up just like trying to get through the day. Okay, so question for, oh, it's Sunday for you? Well, you know what, Sunday is a good day. Sunday is a day of tying things up and getting some rest, and that's not true, because there was someone that I knew on here who worked on Sundays, so not true. Not true at all. Okay, so let's go back to the gentle. I want to look at the recursion. What did I do? Oh no. Did I miss it? Okay, now I gotta scroll down. I already did all that. Yay. Okay. What happened? I'm like, tutorials? Maybe it's tutorials. This is terrible. I lost my link. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Now I gotta go back to, I lost my link. Okay, so this is our Discord where we have our Learn with Leon and Friends, and this is where we have all the stuff for our follow along materials. And then our Scotch.io is up here. Bam. Okay. Sunday for you. I live in the past. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you're wrong about that. I am not gonna say you're wrong about that. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. The future hopefully holds a nice job for me after I learn all of these data structures and algorithms. Do you live in the past, zombie killer, or are you in the future? Okay, I already did that. Okay, I already have the tools. I'm already set up here. Okay, let's keep moving. Structure and setup. This is all stuff that I've done. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm pretty sure that people are not just sitting here watching me scroll interminably. I'm assuming you guys are all working or watching some other streams or having a good Saturday night. Are you guys having a good Saturday night? Okay. Okay, already did that. Okay, so now they're talking about the for loop wave. So this is, so we know that the result's going to be a string, and then for let I, where it's the length of the text -1 because we're looking at the index, and I is going to be greater than or equal to 0. And we're actually, oh, we're decrementing. Okay, the result is going to be equal to or added to, added to the text I. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to code that, and then let's see how this works. We're going to say loop option, decrementing. Okay. So the first thing that we're doing is we're going to let, I can't even remember what they call it, result equal some string. And then, okay. Ooh, Tammy, yay, you're working alongside. Oh, okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Emma, you're just watching, haha, no energy to code. Hey, you know what? I'm glad that you are here and you're doing what you're doing. I think that's awesome. Okay, so we're doing for let I equal 0. I think we're starting with the 0 index, right? And then, yeah, and then I is going to be less than or equal to the text length -1, and then we're decrementing. Oops, that kind of decrementing. Okay, and then where that's happening. I'm trying to remember, what did we, in the code. Result, which is nothing, plus equals text I. So the result, okay, we're adding to the empty, well, maybe if I can do this, result is I. Is that right? No, that's wrong. Text, so we're pulling that value from, okay, we're pulling the value from that index, okay. Okay, and then we need to return something, right? Yeah, we're returning the result. So it's, I don't like the fact, okay, here we go with the console again. I don't like the fact that I can't see this. I can't see it. I don't have a text, I don't have a string or anything. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because I love being able to see. This is like my favorite part of JavaScript. This is what actually makes me think JavaScript is worth it because, you know, I'm not particularly good at it. I mean, just naturally, I'm sure if I work hard at it, I'll become okay, but, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And so now we're doing reverse string, and then the text we're gonna do is howdy do, I don't know, duty? I don't know, that's good. Okay, so now it does nothing. It didn't reverse it. Why didn't it do anything? I think I'm stuck. Okay, hold on. So function, okay, so if I go up, that's that, that's that. That's legit, that's good. And then return result. So why is it not returning anything? Why is it not returning anything? Okay, well, I have the feeling when I run my test, it's gonna tell me that nothing. Okay, so let's run the tests. I'm trying to remember what the code was for that. What is it? npm run test. Okay. Let's see here. npm run test. Reverse string. Okay. Wonder what it's gonna do. Okay, so I'm trying to read this. This is I don't know if I was supposed to. Okay. Okay, I'm going to comment that out because I want to actually see if this worked. npm run test. What was it called again? Reverse string. Because this shouldn't pass. It's not working in my console. What? Okay, has anyone else had this happen? Oh, I didn't? I thought that I just did. I thought that I just did. Okay, so reverse string howdy doody. I called it and I don't know what that is. Because that was my function, right? So text I, does that not count? I keep thinking that should count. My console. Oh, that's not how it works. Oh, okay, so let text equal howdy. We're shortening it. I don't have all that here. Reverse string text. Yeah, it still didn't work. What? What am I missing here? What am I missing, guys? I'm missing something very fundamental. Hey, Yolanda! Join the party. We're having fun doing the stuff you were doing this afternoon. Maybe you can help. I'm trying to figure out why my function's not working. Okay, so on my terminal in the main folder, run npm test reverse string. You don't need to comment out your code. Yeah, so, okay, here's the thing. Man, what is, okay. Okay, so on terminal, in the main folder, type. Okay, well, I already did that in my terminal. And you said that I don't have to comment stuff out. I mean, I'm fine with not commenting anything out. The thing is, it still says that it's passing, and it's not doing anything in my console. How can it be passing tests here? The one in the dev tools, my function's wrong. Did I not? I thought that I copied it right. It's the same function. Is it not the same function? I just copied and pasted it. My loop's wrong? Okay, Pony Trader, let's see here. For let I equal 0, I is less than or equal to the text.length minus 1, I minus minus. The result plus equals text I. And then I need to return the result. So that's not correct? Okay, let's take a look at the Scotch IO and see where I went wrong. That's pretty bad if I'm like, I'm basically copying it and I'm getting it wrong. So I copied something wrong and now I can't remember where it is. Oh my gosh, where is it? Oh, I bet it's in my, I have to go all the way around there. I bet it's up over here. Okay, so they have function reverse string text, let result equal something. For let I equal text.length minus 1. And then it's decrementing, right? And then the result plus equals text I. And then I'm returning the result. Wait, start IDX is backwards? What? Line 14 is wrong. For let I equal 0? Oh no! Oh. Oh no, okay. Yeah, you guys, thank you. I would be sitting here like all night trying to figure this out. Okay, so they didn't do the I, so they just started out with I being less than or equal to the text length. And then, what was it? I is gonna be, oh, they have to make sure that it doesn't go on for, okay, so the I is always going to be greater than or equal to 0. Why didn't they start out with that? I don't like that. I cannot handle that order. I can't handle that order. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I is always going to be greater than or equal to 0. I is going to be less than the text length minus 1, and then I minus minus. Okay, so let's try now. Wait, why do I have to start from text.length minus 1, aka the end? Why do I have to start with that? Is it one of those short circuit things? Index. Oh yeah. So why do we, well, I don't understand the logic. Oh gosh. This does not make, like, okay, geometry makes sense. This does not make sense. None of this JavaScript logic makes sense to me. I don't know what kind of logic it is, but it does not make sense to me. Okay, so let's try it. Yeah, I'm curious, you guys. I'm curious to know what the difference is. Oh, Lord. Okay, I is going to be less than or equal to text.length. Why does it not like that? Somehow I messed it up again. Let I equal, oh, I is going to be equal to it. I really do not understand why they're doing this. I just don't. I don't. I wish I did. I'm just going to have to memorize it. I'm just going to have to memorize it. Okay, so I is going to be, well, yeah, there is an explanation. So for loops are used to execute a piece of code as long as the condition is met. In the solution below, we use a decrementing for loop to run through the string received and append each character to another variable in reverse order. See how this is done. So they're saying, notice how we initialize the iterating variable I to the length of the string -1. So they're telling us that, okay, so they're just telling us how long the string is instead of telling us where it starts. But I don't understand why you would have to do that. Why don't you tell me that? I don't know. That seems okay. But okay, so instead of I equals 0, we're gonna say that I is equal to a certain length, and that it's always going to be greater than or equal to 0 because we're decrementing down from that length. Okay, you know what? Now it kind of does make sense. But I would never have thought about doing it. That's like backwards. This is so strange. Okay, so the result is some string that has no value right now. So for let I equal to the text length -1, I is going to be greater than or equal to 0, and then I is going to be decremented. The result is going to be added to that text. Okay, so the starting point is at the end. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was just trying to think about how to basically shift everything into another. I was going to try to turn it into an array, and then I was going to shift everything and do everything I could to try to avoid thinking like this. But that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to try to test it. npm start test. Is it start test or run test? Now I can't remember. Run test. Run test. npm run test. Run test. And then it's the reverse string. Okay. Okay. So it looks like that worked. I think it's really strange that, well, I guess it just ran through that function and then it ran through that function, even though the functions are the same name. That seems odd to me, but I don't quite, I don't know. I don't know very much about Jest. I read about it, but I don't know very much about it. Okay, so that was the for loop. Now they want us to use something else. Oh, for of. Okay, so now they want us to do loop. Well, kind of loop. Kind of loop for of. Okay, we got that. Okay. Okay, that's the newer one. Okay, so let me see if I can kind of figure this out. Okay, so function, reverse string, and then the text, which is not defined. I think the same thing, I think it was let results. So you guys, when you were doing this earlier today, Were you basically trying to figure it out and then checking every once in a while to see, or were you just copying, or who is trying to do it and then just getting a lot of stuff wrong? Equal some string, and then for, what is it, for, normally it's like for key in, so, I can't remember the syntax now, for let character, oh, it's not, for let character of text, and then, I don't remember, character plus result? Character plus result? Why is that? Okay. I don't think that normally, okay, so you guys, this is really strange. Return result. Okay, let care of text. I need to look this. I hate not being able to see. Okay. I need that. Do it that way. Okay. There we go. Okay, text is equal to heyo. Okay, and then reverse string text. Yeah, so there's nothing. So that's wrong too. Okay, so reverse string text, let result, do that, for like care of text, character plus result. So they're saying let the result equal some string. For let character of text. Oh. Equals character. Okay, so we're going to reassign result is equal to character plus result. So it's going to start. I don't see how that's going to make it reverse though. Okay, so you read it in code along and then did the test at the end. So this is, I am so not familiar with some of these because, I mean, I'm just not. Result is equal to the character plus the result. So, yeah, so I mean, but there are some things like, yeah, I'm just not familiar with this at all. I'm gonna have to like Anki all of this because this is, I have not done any of these in Code Wars. Did you guys find that? Did you find that for whatever reason that you just weren't familiar with a lot of this because you just didn't do it? Like Code Wars doesn't force you to do stuff in a certain way. Not really. I mean, they kind of do, but not really. Use for let use let care of text to reverse a string. Function reverse string text. There. Okay. I'm gonna just add that. Yep. Okay. Also, some of the loops they did you weren't familiar with. Yeah. Okay. So I'm only familiar with that, like where you're like finding a key. You know, where you're finding a key in. I'm not familiar. Again, it's a string thing. I'm just not comfortable with strings in general. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. Okay, let's test this thing. So npm run test reverse string. And come on, let's do it. Yay, it passed. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that, like, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to get used to doing things different ways. I think I'm gonna have to do things in different ways. Okay. So now, recursion. Okay. We're gonna do recursion. And I'm gonna have to just copy this because I tried to do the Codecademy recursion thing, and then I also tried to follow, was it W3 Schools that had one? Anyway, it was disastrous, and I don't know, again, my brain does not think like this. So function reverse string text, I'm gonna have to move this thing over here because, yeah. Hey, you guys, I wanted to say, I think, let me see if I can do it. Am I able to do it? Yay! Okay, Colt Steele. Okay, does he do that in his web developer bootcamp course? Okay, because I have that, but I never got to that point. I always quit JavaScript before that because it just does not sync at all with my brain. But we're pushing forward. We're gonna keep doing it. Why is this like giving me problems? No, it's not letting me move it. Sorry chat, can't see you guys. Oh, now I can. Okay. Okay, so it's saying function, reverse string, text, and then, okay. So if the text is strictly equal to some kind of string, I guess we're saying that we're not doing anything if it's not a string. Okay, we're going to, I guess if we're returning, it's an empty string. Okay, so if it's an empty string, you're going to return an empty string. Now, see, I'm telling you, like my brain, like things. Okay, else, we're going to go ahead and return reverse string. Okay, but Emma B said that we need to do text substring, and then we're going to start with index 1 plus text at 0. What? Okay. Oh, why is that? Oh, that's not that. Okay. So that doesn't make sense. Okay. Why does this not make sense? This part makes sense. Else return reverse string text substring index 1 plus text. Okay, so let me look up substring now. Okay, so substring. Okay, we're gonna look up substring. We're gonna look up substring. Okay. Oh, hey. Hey, Coke and Mush. It is fun to say, isn't it? Yeah, so we are having a good time here trying to figure out some of these algorithms. I mean, I'm having a terrible time, to be honest. But okay, so they're starting with index 0. And no, they're starting with index 1 and going to 0. So that, so they're going backwards. That's how, okay. Oh my gosh. That did not occur to me. None of this ever occurs to me. Okay. Basically, yeah, so they're starting with substring with the first index and they're working backwards. Okay, but I want to make sure this works. Okay. Do you always make Anki notes as I go? Ha! Ha! No. I don't. I should, but I don't. I know a lot of the other folks on here do though, because they're awesome and they are retaining everything. I have trouble with Anki, so I'm trying to come up with other hacks, but I mean, that's probably the only hack, to be honest. Let text equal I'm a believer. Okay. Okay, so reverse string text. Yeah. Yeah, and that worked. Wow. Okay. You're curious, how did you find the Scotch.io? Okay, Keto Freak. I actually didn't have to find it. It was more or less just plopped right in my lap. It's I'm doing homework for the boot camp that we're in. It's the Learn with Leon 100 Devs. Oh, this was Jesse's. This was a friend of ours did a talk today. Her name is Jessie Shakarian. And where are you, Jessie? This is Jessie, and she did her talk, and I kind of only got to see 5 minutes of it, but it was really good. Anki is amazing if a person knows how to use it and has the discipline to do it every day, right? That's the trick. You have to have the discipline to do it every day so that you can actually use the algorithm on which it's built so that you can retain, right? But yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm just barely getting my homework done, guys. So this is in the Learn with Leon Full Stack Web Developer Bootcamp. That's right here. Homework due, the Ultimate Guide to JavaScript Algorithm courses, right there. And that's what we're doing. And, you know, and it's already helping because it's kind of training my brain to think backwards from the way it normally does. So yeah, and this actually makes sense, and it's crazy that it makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and run this because we're supposed to. Run test, and then it's the, what is it, reverse. Hey, did you guys really run the test after each one, or did you just kind of like, you know what? I don't know if I can send the link. Let me try. Why don't you guys join the Discord? Join our Discord. It's awesome. Join the Discord, and then you'll have access to all of the learning tools, because he starts people out from, you know, you can barely turn on the computer, you know how to maybe do your email, to you know, to pretty soon you're doing a full stack app. So, and you wouldn't guess it by the trouble I'm having with recursion right now, but I mean, you really can code after you do this a while. But yeah, I'm like, I keep telling you, hey, Major Tech. Yeah, so yeah, you wouldn't know it by what you're seeing here, but I actually can code. It's just that I don't force myself to think outside of the 5 or 6 methods that I usually use. So this is, you know, this is a little different. I don't use recursion. I mean, I just don't find myself needing it, but evidently it's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know. Okay, so that is done. Thank goodness. Let's move on to something else. Moving on. I passed that string. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so now they want us to use the reduce method. Okay, maybe you'll check it out. You just joined the Discord too. Awesome, yeah. You're good with networking and starting to learn cybersecurity. Well, there is a huge demand for cybersecurity. Not just with banks and stuff, but just the government is always putting out. Now, I don't know how much they pay, but I know I have a friend who I'm in Tennessee, and he's working for Oak Ridge National Labs, and he's doing some stuff with cybersecurity. I think he got his master's a while ago. Last year or the year before. Anyway, he got his master's, and he's doing stuff with the lab, and I guess he likes it. Oh, hey, Spoonfix! Yeah, but I mean, so anyway, tons of jobs in cybersecurity. IT jobs are kind of like, I don't know, locally. I'm sure that there are tons and tons of IT jobs, but it's really funny. Some IT jobs are basically like customer service, and then other ones are I don't know, really technical. And so I think it just depends on what you're looking for. Your significant. Oh, that's right, Bridget. You were saying that. You can't find the link in Discord? It's not working? Okay, well, I mean, if you click on the link, it should continue to Discord. Let me see if that works. Well, I mean, that's really weird because, is it wanting you to download Discord? Because the other thing that you can do is, let me put a different link in chat. Because this, oh, that's not it. Let's see here. Hi, Jesse. Okay, so Leon Noel. And then, here we go. And then, videos. Okay, where is the Discord? I know that he has a Discord. Okay. Oh, this is funny. You guys, do you remember having to do all that stuff just to get into the boot camp? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so the other thing that you can do is, hold on. Okay. Okay, so if you go in to that particular link, it takes you in here. And this is where Leon has all of his stuff there. And if you go into the about, ooh, see, now you can hear Leon's music. You can go into the about, and then there it has the Discord link, which I thought was the same link that I just like gave you, but I don't know. Let's see here. Is it the same? It should, I mean, it should work. So, so that's another way to do it. Geraldine, hey, whatever, oh, you're in Discord and it's not letting you in? That is really strange. Is anyone else having a problem using that link? Oh, the link to the Scotch Learning, hold on. Let me try to find the link to the Scotch Learning. Okay, scrolling up here. Okay. Okay, you can try that. Okay, so yeah, so that passed the test. Let's see here, 10:30 a.m. into after. Oh my gosh, thingy pool. Hey Bridget, I don't know if I'm an official. I don't know. I put in my application, but I'm not sure. So I double checked with Leon on Friday after we did all of the networking stuff. I double checked with Leon, and I'm like, okay, so is it okay if like my content is basically the homework we're doing, and I get help from people? And then, yeah, this is my homework. This is the homework that we're doing. It's that link, and we have to go through there, and we're practicing testing with Just, I think it's called. So we had to use that link, and we're going in, and we're trying to expand our repertoire and learn some additional ways of approaching these problems. But anyway, yeah, so Bridget, I talked to him and I was like, okay, so it's okay if all I'm doing is the homework, or if it's okay if all I'm doing is struggling with Code Wars and And Leon was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then I'm like, is it okay if I wear my wigs and use different props? And he's like, yeah. So he's down with, like, he's okay if I wear my wigs and stuff. So, I mean, I guess it's good, right? It must be good. Hey, Chu King, you joined us. How's your Saturday going? How's your Saturday? I'm doing my homework, Chu King. No, I'm not wearing. No, this is real. I don't know how to make it look. Yeah, all real. That's 100% real. But there are days that I'm just like, I'm not fixing my hair, but I'm not going to be rude and have people look at me with my hair like all over the place because it's naturally kind of frizzy. Yeah, that was a picture of me and my dog. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to do that to you guys. So I'll just like cover it up with a wig or something. So Chu King, I'm sorry that you had to work on a Saturday. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. But, you know, it's not a bummer in that you probably get paid to work. So, I mean, you got a job, which is more than a lot of people. So, I'm excited for you about that. Right. Even though you had to work, I'm excited that you have a job. So, I'm hoping to have a job. But I'm being picky because I have kids and I cannot be miserable. So I have to be picky, and I can't just take any job. I have to take a job that I do not hate. So that's why I'm here. I'm here because I need one job, please. And I cannot hate it because I don't want my kids to suffer. Do I currently have a job? I am a real estate agent, but the market that I'm in right now is, it's great if you have a bunch of sellers, which I don't. I have buyers. So technically, I'm employed, but I'm not really making any money. So, no, and that's the thing. I haven't had other computer-related jobs. My background is in liberal arts, customer service, sales, and writing. I write. But in other jobs that I've had, I've essentially trained people at pretty much every job on how to use the software. And where I worked at one job, it was a bookstore, and they changed up all the software for all of the stores company-wide, and I had to train everyone in the store on how to use the software. So, I mean, I haven't had a job with that specific job title and job description, but it is what it is. You know, you do things as part of the job, and eventually you figure out, hey, I have to do the same thing at all these jobs that's not in the job description, so I might as well make that my job. So yeah. Oh yeah, hey, thank you for following. Yeah, so I'm gonna move on because I have to get my homework. You guys, I actually asked Leon if we could postpone the due date for this homework because I didn't get it done. So yeah, I have a lot of skill. I have all the skills that nobody in tech would, that it's not going to be in a job description, but because I have done pretty much every other job known to man that is not tech related, I have all sorts of skills that you wouldn't expect from someone who does web development. So yeah, that's, yeah, my resume is, my resume is something else. I finally removed all the jobs that had nothing to do with tech. But thank you for looking at that in a super, super positive way, right? Because another way to look at it would be, I have absolutely nothing to recommend me to any type of software job. But, you know, Emma V asked the 10 apps. No, I'm not asking for any more favors, Emma. I'm not. You know what? I'm waiting. I'm hoping that Barbara's going to ask, because since she's a mod, and since she's usually like totally on top of everything, she never has to ask for, you know, late stuff. I'm hoping that Barbara like steps up and she's like, yeah, that would be really great if we could just delay this, just even 1 week. So yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, so the next way that we're doing this is the reduce, but the reduce is tricky for me. the reduce is very tricky. Because they're not using it with math. I'm only used to using reduce with math, but oh, how much homework do I have left to do? Chuking, I have a whole bunch of homework. Like, okay, just to give you some idea, I only have, each one of these has like one problem, but you have to do it 5 or 6 different ways. And this is only one reverse string. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 more of these. Yeah, I did learn that you could, I've done it with exponents, division, multiplication. I like reduce. You just have to remember that you can't set the initial counter to 0 with multiply, because that really messes it up. Chuking, I don't get to choose. This is, I'm gonna bring this window over here. This is the homework. And so we're going through here, and they're forcing us to think in a bunch of different ways. So they want us to use chaining built-in methods, which I'm more familiar with, using a for loop, which I am accustomed to for loops, but I only use them in a very specific way, which is not going to work for any of these probably. Recursion method, which I do not like at all, and then using reduce. So yeah. You know what, Emma, I thought you were the one who posted that, because someone posted, maybe it was Katie Codes, posted an excellent Lego reduce method, where it was a Medium article, I thought. But it was a Lego reduce. It was so good. Yeah, this is it. This is it right here. But I started reading this, and I was looking at it, and I just could not make heads or tails of it, because my brain, it has problems like that. I mean, I don't see that at all. But anyway, going back to your question, Chuking, yeah, so reduce was not intended to be used this way, but it has an accumulator, so you can accumulate characters to build a string. Exactly. And so this is how they're doing it. This is not how my brain, because I separate my letters and my numbers, my brain really is like if they did a lobotomy, I probably would have some major problems with, I wouldn't be one of those where things like crossed over and they kind of compensated. It would just be like, oh well. Oh well, all done with that forever. Okay, so here they're saying to use reduce, we're given the function reverse string text, which is the same as all the other functions. And then what we're going to return is the text, which we split. We use the split method, so we turn it into an array. And then we're going to reduce that array using the character plus accumulator, which this actually looks a lot like, not that one, that one. It actually looks a lot like that. Yeah, Chuking, they give you the answer. So if I wanted to be super lazy about it, I could just sit here and probably not on a stream, obviously, but I could just sit here and copy and paste all this stuff into my VS Code. And then I could just like run the test at the end to make sure that I didn't have a typo or making it a problem, and then call it a day, right? But I'm not. I'm actually sitting here trying to figure out every single thing here, because I should know this, right? So it's not a matter of, well, they gave you the answer. It's maybe that worked in middle school. You copy in the back of the book, but I can't do that. This is what I want to do for a job, right? So yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so anyway, now that I've like talked it out in my brain, right? I'm returning. Oh, they're using the spread operator there. Okay, so for here, I'm gonna try to remember what they're doing. So Chuking, okay, the key to this one is the order of the concatenation replacing, I'm sorry, placing the character before the accumulator, which is correct, right? Because I'm used to doing ACC plus C or ACC times C or divided by C. But you're right. That's gonna be the key. So, okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. Reduce. So function, reverse string, and then we've got our text. So to anyone that I haven't said hi to yet, hi, we are practicing our Scotch.io algorithms. I don't know if I thought that I posted it. If you guys want to code along, I'm putting the link in here. It's our homework for the 100 Devs bootcamp that I'm in. And as I just said to Chuking, you know, if I wanted to just go ahead and get it over with, I could just copy and paste all the code and then check it using Jest. But I actually am trying to understand this stuff that that is way beyond what I normally do. So yeah. Okay, so reverse string. We're going to, we're doing the split. So we're returning, and I bet there's a nice way that you could do this with an arrow function, but I'm just not. So return text split, because I need to turn it into an array, right? And then now we're gonna, I think now we can reduce it, right? So we're gonna reduce, and then here we're going to have, oh, you know what? I already forgot what I was doing. Oh, it's exactly the same. Okay, so we're gonna reduce it with the, I mean, and then character. We'll just say character. Where the character, what is it? Character. Were we subtracting? No, we were adding it. We're adding it because the character plus the accumulator, because we're working backwards, right? I think that's right. I wonder if there's a way. What would happen? Okay, of course I'm thinking this. Why can't I just leave it alone? What would happen? Can you reduce it the other way? No, you can't. I'm sure you can't, because that's like sorting. Okay, I'm sure you can. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and reverse string text. Okay, so now we're gonna test it. So npm run test, and then it's reverse string. Okay. And then it's testing. Ran all test suites matching, and it looks like it passed. Okay. And I've seen when it doesn't pass. Okay, so now we're doing reduce with a spread. Okay, so now we're gonna do function, reverse string, text. And then, so what's everyone doing tomorrow? I have to mow my lawn. My lawn is just so tall, my dog's gonna get lost in it. So now we're gonna return text, and then, okay, hold on, text. Well, that's not right. Here it is. Yeah, only, okay, I forgot that text was an array. I already forgot what I was doing. Return, okay, array text, because we're turning it into an array. Dot reduce, oh my gosh, okay, and then we're gonna do, I think it's the same thing, isn't it? Accumulator, okay, you have to help your mother translate her mail? Really? Okay, Chuking, can you tell me a little bit more about that? That's kind of interesting. Like her email or her letters, like from the post office, like with bills and stuff. And then we were gonna say that it was the character plus the accumulator. And then we're going to start with an initial value of nothing. Or, I guess, an empty string. Is that going to work, though? It feels like that shouldn't work. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try this out in my console. It doesn't seem like this should work. It doesn't seem like it should work. Okay, your mom knows very little English. She's from China. Okay, so, oh, whoa. So she's from China, and so is it her mail, like the bills and, you know, like all the junk mail that she gets, or is there stuff that's very specific for her that you don't mind sharing in the chat? And I think that's wonderful that is so nice of you to do that for her. I just think that's so nice, because there are so many people who just figure, well, you know, it's probably junk mail. So reverse string text. Okay, so let text equal testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see if that works. Okay. Character starting with I wish that I could see exactly how this worked, because when I'm looking at this doesn't make sense to me. So you're starting backwards with the character. I don't understand what that looks like. I'm just going to memorize it, but it doesn't make sense to me why this would work, because I can't see it. Like, my brain cannot see it. Okay, but it works because it passed the test, so I know that it works, but I don't know if I can duplicate it. Okay, so where is that? Okay, so let's see here. So now they say that you can also compare the algorithms in this test. So from the test carried out, the fastest solution we've considered is using the reduce method. Next is the for loop method, which is only 6% slower and is a pretty close one. The slowest of them all is a chaining one, which of course is my go-to. Hey, Vera Fox. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, you don't recognize this? You don't recognize this happy. This should be super familiar. This should be super duper familiar. Yeah, Chu King, it works exactly the same way, but the thing is I can picture the spread operator and I can't picture the other one. Like, I'm a very, very literal, very concrete individual, and so if it's not something that my brain can picture, I have problems with it. Like, I actually had to mentally picture the array and starting with index 1 and then working backwards. So okay, so we're done with that one, thank goodness. The only thing that they want us to do is they're talking about yeah, it's the homework. It's our homework right here. This is our homework. Okay, so supposedly the last time I clicked on this link, it wasn't working. So sadly, we can't check out the actual performance. Yeah, can't check it out. This content's not available either, but that's okay. So these were the 4 recursive, reduce. Okay, so it passed all the tests. Practical application. So what's scary is that, okay, instead of picturing it, mentally iterate through the cycles and see what value you get for the accumulator each time. Right, okay, so going back to this, okay, so with the reverse string, okay, so I see the text, like pretend the word text is actually the text. And then, so we turn that into an array where each of the elements of the array is one letter, which is a string, and then we're reducing it. So we have the accumulator and then we have the character, where we have the character plus the accumulator, and the initial, what we start with is an empty string. And so we're popping stuff into that string because we're reducing it. The problem is I can't see where the character is on that. Does that make sense? Like the character to me, when it says character, I'm just thinking any old character. I'm not seeing that it's actually starting with the last character or the last index. I don't understand why that would be assumed, if that makes sense, which is why I have to read that Lego article again and try to make more sense of it, because I don't understand why it would go backwards. Well, so if it doesn't, okay, so if you're starting with a character, say that we're taking the word text, right? And we've turned it into an array. So the first element is a T. So then I'm taking a T, and then, well, no, actually I'm not taking a T, I'm taking nothing, right? So then the first thing is nothing. So then the character that's next is an E, right? So then I have E plus nothing. And then the next one is an X. I mean, I cannot picture how it's reducing it, because in my brain it's taking this and then it's taking the first character, which is a T, and then it's adding it to nothing, and then it's got an E, which is adding it to the previous T. So I mean, I'm just picturing it going T-E-X-T, so I don't understand why it's not returning the word text. The order of the concatenation is the key. Well, so are you saying, because normally the accumulator comes first, and so if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is taking 1 and then 2 and then 3, and it's taking 1 plus 2, which is 3, and then it's like calling it back, so then it's 3 plus the next one. So instead you're saying it's the next one plus 3. So it would be 0 and then adding the T, but then it's the next one. Yeah, I can't picture it. If I did, I can't. Right. And so that makes sense to me. I can't think, I can't see it backwards. I understand the pattern. I understand the pattern because it's kind of like, okay, this is not the same thing, but it's kind of like if you're doing like the sort, like text dot sort, and then you're doing A, B, and then you're doing A or B minus B minus A, right? So to me that makes sense, but this does not. So if the text is hello world, here are a few iterations, H, E. So character plus accumulator. Okay, you know what? That makes sense now. I don't know why that makes sense now. That makes sense now. That's really irritating that it makes sense. Character accumulator. The accumulator comes at the back. And the accumulator is the thing that... Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why something that just like clicked looking at that. Okay. That helps. Thank you very much, Chuking. Thank you very much. You're very helpful. That's quite wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And then I think the next one we'll do, well, it tells us which one we have to do now. Okay, so that gives us some more stuff that I can read up on, which I've already read these so many times. Okay, so now we're going to be counting vowels in a string of text. Oh, there's a Code Wars that's like this, and it took me forever. Okay, counting vowels in a string. In this challenge, we're going to be working with strings and arrays. Strings and arrays are very much alike in that they're both collections of elements, usually of the same type. That's not the arrays that I play with, but okay. So let's see here. Now it's saying that the challenge, in order to manipulate arrays and strings, they're using different methods. Okay, I've already done that. Okay, so given a string of text containing 0 or more vowels, count the number of vowels that can be found within the text. For example, vowel counter, it's going to return 3. Okay. So now we have, okay. Okay, reading through the challenge above, given a string of text. From the previous experience, this should bring the idea of functions to mind. Yes. Functions are simply named sections of code that perform a specific task. Okay, so we write a function that'll receive a parameter called text. And, okay, so now let's do this thing. Yes, okay. Now they're using an iterative approach. So they want us to use two different, okay, so they want us to use an iterative approach and then regular expressions. So now I have to go to my code, which is, where are you? Vowels counter. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the start. Okay, and so the code goes here. So they want me to iterate over it. Using counters. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not exactly what I would have done, but okay, so so constant vowels. You know what? I'm just gonna is equal to, I think they had an array. A, E, I, oops, O, and U. Okay, so we have our vowels. Okay, now they want us to iterate. So the sad thing is that I used a conditional the last time I did this, and that took forever. Using conditionals takes forever. So I need to, if I have a string, if I have text, I'm going to pull out all the vowels and I need to reduce it down. Oh, and they're using a counter. Oh my gosh, where's Barbara Law when I need her? Okay, let counter equal 0. Barbara is awesome with counters. I don't know if you guys do stuff with counters, but Barbara Law uses counters all the time, and I never use a counter because I figure I'll use reduce. Okay, but I'm not going to use a bunch of methods. Let's see here. They're using includes and a for. Well, it's not even a for, it's for. Oh, they want us to do two. They're doing it very, very differently than I do it. For let, is it vowels? Is it vowels? I cannot even, no, letter. Oh my gosh, for a letter of text that includes, and I think it's vowels, right? Am I doing that right? No, I'm not. I'm skipping it. For letter of text, we're making it lowercase because we're not even sure that it's, that wouldn't have occurred to me either. Okay. Wow, this is scary. So much that wouldn't have occurred to me. Okay, okay, so if vowels includes letter, wait a minute. For letter of text, if vowel, no, if letter includes vowels. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but this just makes more sense. Vowels. Right? What? We're doing it backwards. They're doing it so that you're taking the array. If vowels includes the letter. Okay, that's right, because it's the letter of the text. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Vowels includes letter, then we're going to return. We're going to return the letter, right? Right? No, we're just doing counters. Okay. We're adding up the counters. We're incrementing counters. Oh my gosh. Okay. So for letter of text to lowercase, if vowels includes letter, then we're going to add it to our counter, and then we're just going to return the counter probably, right? Return counter. Only I'm doing it too soon, am I not? There, there. I feel like I skipped something. Yeah, so let counter equal 0. Yeah, I didn't do that. Like, I'm missing a bracket. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now I want to try it out. I want to try it out. Yeah, I know this is going to take me 10 years. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot, Tammy, I forgot all sorts of stuff. Okay, so... Let's do this. So I did that. Let's check that. Wait a minute. That. That. Not. That. 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 Okay. So vowels, counter, oops. Text. Okay, and then we're gonna say text is equal to heyo 2. Okay, so that worked. That worked. Okay, so now we're gonna try it over here. npm run test. What is this thing called? Vowels counter. Oops, I misspelled it. Yeah, there's an error. npm run test vowels counter. Now it'll run. Are you gonna work? It didn't work. Okay, Tammy. What did I miss? I got that. I got that. I got that. What am I missing? It isn't necessary for one-line if statements. Oh, well, I mean, I put them in anyway, right? Just out of practice. But, so this did not work. So I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I returned the counter. I don't know what I did wrong. My letter is not a variable in my for loop. Now it's a variable. No, what did I do? I didn't do it right. Okay, let's see here. Let letter of text to lowercase. If vowels includes letter. Function vowels counter text. Let counter equals 0. 4, let letter of text to lowercase. I'm sure that's right. Yeah. If vowels includes letter, increment my counter. If vowels includes letter, increment the counter. And then at the end of it, we're going to return the counter. So I must have misspelled something. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so returns the number of vowels when string has mixed capitalization. Okay, the thing is that I did make everything lowercase. So why doesn't it like my letter's not a variable in my for loop? Well, it is now, but it doesn't like it. Okay. Something about eLifeCycle. There's likely additional logging output above. Vowels counter, vowels counter. I don't know, you guys. Let's take a look at the log. I haven't had much luck with that before, but we're just gonna look. Okay, so pretest, test, post-test. Failed to execute verbose, npm, npm. I don't think I called it wrong. I don't think. Wow, that's terrible. I only passed one test. On exit. It's not a problem with npm. There's likely additional logging output above. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tempted to do this the way I normally would, which is really, really long and includes a whole bunch of conditionals. But it seems like I probably shouldn't have to do that. Okay, so let's get rid of that. I'm just gonna compare it to this. We're gonna look at a side-by-side comparison and figure out why that's not right. Okay, so they have constant vowels and they're like using it like an object. So I don't think this is gonna make a difference. I can't imagine. Nope, it doesn't like that either. Okay, so vowels, A-E-I-O-U, that's correct. Function, vowels counter, text. Okay, let counter equals 0. 4, let letter of text to lowercase, right? Because we want apples and apples here. And then that's going to, if vowels, oops, yeah. Wait, how come their vowels is capitalized and that one's not? I'm gonna make that. That makes no sense. Okay, if vowels includes letter, increment the counter. And then you return the number of vowels, which we returned our counter. So yeah, I mean, that should work. Okay, let's try again. npm run test vowels counter. Oops. Counter. No. Counter. Okay. Okay, has anyone had a problem with this? Oh, there is a... Okay, but what, so why do they want that? Why, I don't understand why they need that. I'll run it again, but... I don't know why it would be necessary. No, there's some kind of error. Okay, the capitalization. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't, but the thing is that it doesn't like it. So I'm gonna just like, because it didn't like it when both of them were capitalized, right? So I got an error then. So now they're both undercase. Let's see. Run test vowels counter. Okay, so is just gonna do it? No, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. Why don't you like it? I know Chuking, well, that's okay. So you think they made a mistake in the tutorial? Toast with a string that failed? Well, the problem is, I don't know which string failed. Hold on. They're saying returns a number of vowels when string has mixed capitalization. So it looks like... Oh, do they not like... Should I like... I do not know why that would make a difference. Yeah, that little space didn't make a difference. Oh, that's really strange. Okay, so you saw the string in the log earlier. Okay, I'll go back to the log then. Okay, we're going back to the log, and then where's the argument? Right here? No, that's not the string. I don't know where the string is. Yell if you see the string. Because all I'm seeing here is, that's the script. Does it here? I'm gonna do that. Okay, so this has, that has all of that. This gives you the path. This gives you the arguments. Okay, so I don't think they didn't. This isn't what they in the green text, starting with an A. The only green text I see here now is this spawn thing with the node modules. Okay, I'm gonna see what this is. What does this mean? Okay. Oh, look in the console log? Okay. Okay, so I'm scrolling. Okay, so let's go down here. Actually, let's make this bigger. Okay. Okay, returns the number of vowels found. It does not. It does not. One passed. Vowels counter. Vowels counter. It says vowels is not defined. Okay, so the whole idea of vowels is not defined does not make sense to me because I already... constant vowels. Okay, so if I do that, and then do that, I mean, there's really test counter. Yeah, I'm not finding the test strings anywhere. I'm not finding, okay, so it was in the place where it mentioned testing for mixed capitalization. Try putting in the constant vowels inside the function. Don't, okay, so try putting this in the function. I am very happy to do that. Okay, so let's try. Run test, and then vowels counter. Oh, that's a big no right there. That's not, this is not, okay. Yeah, that's not, returns the number of vowels in the string. I'm still not finding the string. I'm still not finding the string that they're using. The only test that it passed is that it's actually a function, but I don't even see. Okay, I'm just gonna like real quick. Once again, I'm gonna check it in here. Clear the console and oh, okay. Okay. I have no problem doing that. Okay. I'm not even gonna save it. I'm just like boop. Don't save. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna act like I never even did it. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't do it. And then, well, it already saved it, but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna set that up. And then clear. Okay, so now I'm gonna be npm run test vowels counter. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're just going to scroll up here very slowly. I do not see a test string. No test string. No test string. Yeah, it just keeps saying that vowels is not defined. But yeah, it keeps saying that vowels is not defined, but vowels very clearly is defined. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Okay, constant vowels. I don't know why it's not working. So let's text equal. There is a cat in the house. Okay, so then we've got that. 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It works. It works, but it's not passing the test. This, I don't understand why it's not passing the test, but it works. The code works. Yeah, it should work, Chuking. It should work. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to work. I don't understand it. Okay, you know what? It's called I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm not dealing with this. Okay. Am I able to see the code of the test? No, that's the problem. I can't see any of it. All they're telling me is what the errors are. They're telling me that, okay, like, here we go. They're telling me that, let's see here. 4 failed, 1 passed, 5 total. So they're saying vowel is not defined. Returns the number of vowels when the string has mixed capitalization. I just passed in a string with mixed capitalization and it found all of the vowels, right? And then here, vowels is not defined. Returns the number of vowels when all the alphabets are passed in. So like if you have every letter in the alphabet. Vowels is not defined. So it just keeps saying that vowels is not defined, but it is. It absolutely is. So I don't know what I have to do to make them understand that vowels is defined. So I don't know. I don't know what else I can do. So yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if I could see the code, but I can't. So yeah, even using their, okay, so here if I use theirs and I go ahead and do vowels counter, it should return 3, right? And it does. So it tells you vowels is not defined, but you don't actually use vowels in this version of the code at all. You have vowels. Right, but Chuking, I've done it with just undercase, right? In fact, in this version right here, it's undercase. And it just, for whatever reason, it's not recognizing it. So if I do npm run test vowels counter, okay, well now it's, yeah, so it's still giving me problems. I don't understand. Oh wait, no, now it did pass. Okay, something miraculous happened. Okay. Well, I did clear the count. I promise. I cleared the console and it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden I tried it again and now it is working. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I did clear the console and it just wasn't working. So I don't know. I don't know. It's 9:28, but I just want to finish this one. I think I've only got one more thing to do with it. But yeah, thank you for it passed without changing the code. That Chuking, you know what? We're on the same page here, but I mean, in the whole universe of random things that occurred, it doesn't surprise me. Okay, so now we're using regular expressions. Okay, so yeah, it really, I mean, honestly, it should not have, it shouldn't have been doing that, but it doesn't surprise me. Okay, guys, I don't know if you want to hang on for one more. Actually, you know what? This is regular expressions, and I've already done that on this stream. Actually, we spent almost an entire stream just doing regular expressions. So I am going to find someone to raid. Does anyone have anyone that they want to raid? Because if not, I'm just going to find someone. I am going to find someone to raid. I'm going to find someone to raid. because that's fun. But I don't know, I have to turn down the volume here. Oops, why did that happen? Okay, so who's on here right now? Is that person on there? Are they actually doing science and tech stuff? Oh, this is really neat. Yeah. Okay, sensation. Let me see if it's sensation is. This is so neat, you guys. Okay, let me look up this other person first, and then we're gonna go back to this, okay? Okay. I don't know who this is. Oh, I have a period in there. Okay. I don't know if they're on right now. Oh, they are live. Wait, now they're talking about chicken sandwiches? Shoe King, what on earth? What is going on here? Okay. Oh, you know what? My kids love chicken. And the sad thing is I don't know how to cook chicken. So basically every time, well, I don't even know how to cook regular meat. So, oh, look at this. Yeah. Let's go ahead and raid. I wonder what she's doing. Okay. I'm gonna have to follow her. Okay, so we'll go ahead and raid. Okay, so and then SYNSH. Okay, this is really neat. Okay, thank you for suggesting this. This is awesome. Okay, you guys, thanks for joining. Thank you for joining, you guys. Have a good night.
Oh my God.